Hey there, it's Bobby Legs, and welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches. And if you like videos like this, please click that like button. It really helps out the channel. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, please do consider subscribing. I love making videos about watches, watch reviews, watch talk, etc. And I hope you enjoy them. So straight out of monochrome.com, monochromewatches.com, here is today's news. And we have a new release from Patek Philippe. Patek is going hands-on with a new Patek Philippe Cubitus collection, entirely new elegant sports collection by Patek. The Cubitus is a square sibling to the Nautilus, and it's true. It isn't every day that Patek comes out with a new collection, and this is like they said, a relation in relation to the Nautilus, which is a very popular, sought after sports piece in the collection for Patek. The Cubitus is an important launch for Patek and the watch collecting community, no doubt about it. The Geneva-based brand is rather prolific when it comes to launching new creations. We can't say the same regarding new collections. Looking in the past decades, as the article says here, the entirely new collection, when it comes to entirely new collection, putting aside the feminine 24 in the 1999, the 24 automatic in 2018, the last time we saw something new was the Aquanaut in 1997. Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay. Um, so it's an elegant sports watch with an integrated bracelet. Is it a square evolution of the Nautilus? Let's see. Let's take some look at some pics. Yeah, to me, look, it looks like the Nautilus and the tank had a baby, and that's what it looks like to me. Um, love the complication here. I gotta say, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I like square watches. I don't mind them. I like rectangular watches. I just don't know how I feel about this one in particular. I don't know if it's because the bezel area is a little too thick, maybe, and it just doesn't flow right for me. I mean, it's probably no thicker than the Nautilus itself, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. But it's interesting. It's interesting. Let's see if we can get some prices here. I'm sure they're really, really expensive, and I'm sure this watch is going to be a really hard piece to get. So the grand date is 75,000 euro, um, or 86, depending. I guess if you get it in a bracelet. The case is 45 from 10 to 4 o'clock, and 44 and a half from 3 to 9. Thickness 8.3, so it's going to be rather thin, and 44.8 lug to lug. This is going to fit a lot of wrist for sure. So we got 35,400 to 40,000. I'm sure that's for the three-hander. Then you have the 52,000 to the 60,000 range, and then the Grand Convocation is 75,000 to 86,000. What's that middle range? Let's take a look. Is it because of it's a different um, metal? Yeah, it's probably because of the two-tone. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah. Interesting, interesting. Not for me. I got to tell you, I'm not crazy about it. I just don't like the looks. I do like the Nautilus. I do like the tank. I just don't know if I like this one. Okay, moving on to the next release, and Urwerk, the UR150 Scorpion. Anything but the ordinary and the reasonable. This is a little bit different. This piece. Look at this profile. I love the profile on this one, uh, and just a good looking watch. And then Hmm. I guess this hand here um, makes it appear like it's a scorpion. I don't know, with a scorpion tail. But anyway, it's an interesting piece. The DLC coated looks pretty cool. You have these four screws on it that maybe cheapens it a little bit for some. But anyway, it's an interesting piece. I do think these are a little bit bigger in size. Look at that movement. Wow, that's a really interesting rotor display. I don't know. I kind of dig it. I love the profile of this one. It looks like it's got a 43-hour power reserve. It's the UR50 0.01 movement on this piece. So it's 42.49 millimeters by 52.31 and a 14.79 case thickness. So I guess at the top of that domed um, sapphire crystal, that's where you're getting that 14.79 case thickness. It's limited to 50 pieces. You're looking at 88,000 for the Titan, 89,000 for the dark, and that's excluding taxes on it. Moving along to Nomos, dressing up a little bit the Neomatic and the Tangenti, the Doré editions, to redefine classics of a brand gets dressier. And I think what they're doing is they silver plated the hands and the indices on these two. Let's see what it means. Scrolling down here, based on timeless design, the brand has elected a mid-sized version of the Orion watch at 36.4 millimeter, which uses elegant shape of the model. You get a curved sapphire crystal here. The Doré edition, what sets it apart from the dial is that the hands and markers are still the classic galvanized white silver-plated background that we find in most standard versions, but it is adorned with a gold diamond polish. Here you go, gold diamond polished markers and thin batons. So that's what you're getting here for a little more dressier piece. And for the Neomatic Doré, you're looking at 2,940, and the Neomatic Doré in 36 point, or the Orion, I'm sorry, the Orion Neomatic Doré at 36.4 millimeters, you're looking at 3,040 euros, and the Tangenti Neomatic Doré, you're looking at 2,940 euros. Okay, awesome. Next here, we have a collaboration between Moser and Massena LAB. Moser racking up the collaborations lately. We know they did a studio underdog one that was a bit of a miss, in my opinion. And here we got a collaboration. I got to tell you, it doesn't look very Moser-esque. And so maybe that's a credit to Massena and his design language, making it very distinct. But you know, interesting piece. It just looks like every vintage chronograph that I've seen, or parts of it. You know, you do have that little Fume dial there. I mean, it's a handsome looking watch. It's just really does nothing for me in particular. 72-hour power reserve. The movement, gorgeous. Look, it's a good looking watch. It's a really good looking watch. It just looks like every single old Longines or chronograph I've seen, and maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but that's the way I feel. 25,000 Swiss francs for this. It's got the HMC 220 automatic manufactured movement with a Dubois de Prat chronograph module, 41 millimeter diameter, 12.3 millimeter case thickness on this piece. And finally, another collab here. We have the racetrack ready Czapek Faubourg de Cracovie crossroads, whatever, sporting a new guilloche crossroads pattern and a tachymeter scale. Czapek's chronograph is prime for the races. I like these. I like this one. I mean, this is a really cool looking dial. I like these little race collaborations that watches do. Not all of them are winners, but I like most of them. I gotta admit it. I mean, I love when they collaborate with racing. I've never watched a car race. I gotta admit, I've never watched a Formula car race. Maybe a NASCAR, maybe like 10 minutes of it. I'm just not into it, but I do like those collaborations. And not to say that this is a specific collaboration, but that theme, the racing theme, any kind of tachymeter chronograph I'm into. And look, this is I mean, I just love the pushers on these. And the guilloche on the dial is just super interesting. I like this, and it's a little bit of a departure. Being swamped by constant Antarctique releases by Czapek, it's nice and refreshing to see something a little different. 41 millimeter case diameter, stainless steel, 50-meter water reserve, water resistance. That's okay. Caliber based SAXH3 based on the Vaucher Seed VMF6710. That's a lot there. Anyway, you're looking at 36,000 euros for this one. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about these releases. Please put a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.